Well, welcome in everybody to a sunny One Oak Field here for today's matchup between Fortuna Tulsa and South Star. Fortuna Tulsa, top of the league, 4-0-0, 12 points. Alongside me, Brittany Scraper. Brittany, if you're a coach, it couldn't have gone any better than that, could it?
No, it's exactly how you want to start. I think we've seen Fortuna Tulsa come out incredibly well from the back line all the way up to their forwards, producing, scoring goals, goalkeepers making saves. That's exactly what you want from your team starting a season.
Now, South Star, the visitors from Texas, very close game in the last one, and I think Fortuna Tulsa are expecting this to be the toughest game they've had so far.
Yeah, I think talking to both the coaches, they expect it to be a really difficult game. Whenever Fortuna Tulsa went over and played last weekend, it was a very, very close game. Fortuna Tulsa just got out with the win. I think they're going to be looking to get one back on us this game.
Yolanda Thomas is a very experienced coach, and on Thursday we saw her rotate the squad, and I suspect we'll see the same again today.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the good thing about Fortuna Tulsa, that Yolanda Thomas has blessed with her for a great side that's deep everywhere. I think we saw it on Thursday night, players immediately coming impacting the game, like we saw with Sierra Schwartz's incredible free kick.
Well, we will be glad to bring you the commentary today. Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by South Star coach Susan Quill. Susan, welcome to Tulsa. Is Fortuna an old foe of yours? How do you play this?
Well, we played them once before. We played them at home, so it's a different venue. We're on the road. They kind of stole a game from us at home, and they're the leader of the league. So we have a lot of respect for this team, but we're here to kind of get business done, and we're looking forward to it. It's perfect weather, great field, so it'll be a good game.
And you've had a pretty good season so far, haven't you? You've had some good victories, FC Dallas, and then a 6-0 victory. So, as coach, you pleased so far?
I am pleased so far. This is my first year in the league, and so it's interesting when you have different lineups every game, and you never know who's going to be at practice, and so I'm learning a lot. But our squad is strong. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of potential. So after this game, we're halfway through the season. So we're hoping to get a point on the road.
Just tell us briefly about your team and the setup. Where did it come from, and what your mission is?
Sure. Well, our mission is to provide a competitive environment for college kids, top high school kids, kids that are finished playing, and to compete in this WPSL league. So obviously we want to make the playoffs. That's our goal. That's our mission. And coming here today, we really need to get a point out of it to make that happen.
And finally, I've got to ask you about the Women's World Cup, because it's very prominent at the moment. USA with a thumping victory. Who's caught your eye, and who's going to win it in your opinion?
Oh gosh, you have to root for the USA. So I'm a former national team player myself, and it's a special group of girls. They're talented, they're athletic, they're kind of on a mission. So I'm rooting for them. It'll be interesting to see them play Sweden. Obviously France in their hometowns doing well. So it's just great for women's soccer all around, and to be so public. So I'm proud of the whole women's sport for having such a strong league.
Well, thank you for joining us here today. I'm rooting for England, by the way, in the Women's World Cup. But have a good game today. We appreciate you coming.
Appreciate it.
On YouTube Live and Facebook Live, we have just had the national anthem, and we are ready for Fortuna Tulsa against South Star from Texas. And Brittany Scraper alongside me, Dave Saunders. We've said in the intro there, as you've just seen, this is going to be a tough game for Fortuna Tulsa.
Yeah, most definitely. One of the hardest teams in the conference. Fortuna Tulsa coming off a great win on Thursday night against FC Dallas, but this South Star team also 2-0 FC Dallas. So I think it's going to be quite a battle all game long.
one person that we need to keep an eye on the South Star side is our friend Melissa Bright. She's wearing 9, and she scored 4 of the 6 goals in the thrashing of Texas Spurs.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. She's trying to pull an Alex Morgan performance there. I'm sure the Fortuna back line's going to have their handfuls with her tonight.
And also a few changes in the Fortuna Tulsa lineup. I don't know if we can bring you the caption now of their starting 11, but certainly something that caught my eye, and something that Yolanda Thomas, a very experienced coach, thinks of everything, is Roman Langer wearing 9. She really has been playing at right back, but she's going to be playing at centre back, and we did see her play that role late on in the second half on Thursday.
Yeah, she did a great job there. She's a solid defender. She reads the ball really well in the air, good at communicating with that back line. I think Yolanda Thomas knows what she's doing, putting her in the back.
Certainly does, doesn't she? 4-0-0, we said in the intro. I mean, you couldn't get a better start than that.
No, it's dream start. I mean, obviously, to go undefeated at the beginning of the season is how everybody wants to start. Everybody wants to win, Dave. So, excellent start by Fortuna Tulsa for this season, but they're going to be challenged today.
Later on in the broadcast, we will bring you the standings in the Red River Northern Division, and it is Fortuna Tulsa, who's, as we said, who sit proudly on top of the league. Later on in the week, on Wednesday, the rescheduled game, mouth-watering fixture it is too, the Oklahoma City FC against Fortuna Tulsa. And just going back to that one, that was a 5-goal thriller. That was the last time that Fortuna Tulsa played here. Wonderful place, wonderful venue to play a game of soccer.
Oh, it's gorgeous out here. You have the awesome backdrop of beautiful downtown Tulsa. They've done a lot of work on the pitch here to make it a brilliant playing surface for football. And I mean, it's a gorgeous day. I mean, luckily the rain kind of cleared out for us, so the sun's coming out a little bit and got a nice breeze going for the players, so it doesn't get too hot. It's a gorgeous day for some soccer.
It certainly is, isn't it? And we were down there setting up some equipment, and it did start to rain, and the tarp was on there. Wayne Farmer, general manager, was down there doing his bit, pulling that tarp off. And when we arrived at the ground, there was some rain around, but thankfully, although there are a few clouds in the sky, it's a beautiful day here at One Oak. It is the home of Fortuna Tulsa for this season. Of course, it is also the home of the Tulsa Drillers baseball team, and also later on today, Tulsa Roughnecks will be here as well. So, can Fortuna Tulsa? We seem to be having endless photographs today, so we will start the game very soon.
Well, the players were able to walk out with their dads at the beginning of this match, which I think is great. Obviously, I think we owe our parents so much to get us and all the soccer tournaments and soccer practices and travels and sacrifices they make to help us achieve our dreams. And it's a good little shout out to all the dads out there, since it's Father's Day tomorrow.
Father's Day tomorrow. We do wish you all a very happy day. Curtis Mayo is the man who's got the refereeing duties today. Gets us underway, and it's Fortuna Tulsa playing from left to right on your screens. In possession, Cora Dunnock is playing wide on the right. As we said, Roman Langer will go into that centre-back spot. There she is, driving the ball forward. Missed by Blankenship, but in steps Addie Guthrie, who's playing the holding midfield role. And into the action now is Hannah Allred. Just looping throw there. She gets it back rather luckily there, wearing 10 here with the headband. Here's Melissa Bright, the one to watch in terms of goal scoring. And already you can see that South Star like to knock the ball around, Brittany.
Yeah, it looked like they're trying to get Fortuna cut off their line, trying to play quickly. I think we're kind of seeing what we saw the other night. Everybody just kind of moving around, trying to jockey their place, let the game settle down a little bit.
So South Star all in white, a la Real Madrid. Could be the first effort on goal, is the first effort on goal. Shot there coming in from Emma Heckendorn, wearing 19. Good effort, but wide of the target. Yeah,
great strike. I mean, she got her hips around it. She did well. Luckily for Fortuna Tulsa, just a little off there. But I think we're going to see, once we play around a little bit more, people connecting more passes, the game opening up a little bit. It's always a little exciting and everyone's pressing so hard at the beginning, and then once you get past the first 5 minutes, everything just kind of settles down and you kind of see everyone's style come out a little bit more as the game moves on.
Here's Blankenship in the midfield, linking well with Taylor Mallon, but she's unfairly pushed off the ball.
Little too hard there on the ground, little bit, little rough, the referee says.
Hannah Allred with the unfair challenge. Curtis Mayo, the referee, as we said, right on top of things there. So there you can see the free kick going to be taken by Smitherman. Fortunately, with lots of players forward, Sierra Schwartz is up there as the number 9 today. Of course, scorer of that fantastic free kick on Thursday. Doesn't seem very long ago that Fortuna were playing, and it isn't. 48 hours ago, they beat FC Dallas by 2-0.
Yep, quick turnaround time. Got to rest those muscles. It's another reason why it's good that Fortuna has the depth of the bench that they have, so they can continue to get those subs. We saw that on Thursday night, them rotating a lot of plays around, keeping everyone fresh and healthy.
That was good play from Southstar. They like to play out of the back, a la Manchester City and Pep Guardiola there, because keeper Tony Worley started that off. And they weren't afraid to play out of the back line. Here's Fortuna Tulsa in for a great morning's soccer here. Two good teams who obviously want to play the game in the right way. That one's going to go away for a goal kick. Gives us a chance to introduce the goalkeeper for Southstar. That's Tony Worley, wearing 0 in the lime green shirt away to our right-hand side. Black shorts and white socks. As we say, Southstar come into this in very good form. They opened up the season with a very impressive 2-0 victory against FC Dallas. And they did lose to Fortuna in a game that was extremely close, as Susan Quill, the coach, was telling me, in the double-header weekend for Fortuna Tulsa. And then they thumped Texas Spurs by 6-0 with 4 goals from Melissa Bright, who's on the ball here, and a chance, and out comes the keeper and does extremely well.
Yeah, she had to get off her line quickly. She read it well. It's one thing that you need from your goalkeepers is to be decisive when they're coming off their line, and she was right there.
Yeah, it sends a message out to your back four, doesn't it? Alexis Back, by the way, is the goalkeeper.
Yeah, those your center backs, and definitely want to be confident and have that good communication. Oh, looks like Rachel Blankenship getting tied up there, so it's going to be a foul on Fortuna Tulsa.
And stolen away.
Rachel Blankenship having a brilliant game on Thursday against FC Dallas. She was phenomenal in the middle of the park for them.
Is Allred wide on the left. Clip ball into the box is a good one to the far post. I say a good one, it's just over the head there of Riley Mattingly. But she does retrieve it just inside the white line. Maddie Tokarczyk clears the ball and then gets a challenge in. Still the ball in the box. Guthrie goes to ground, does a great tackle there. And Dunnett will come away with the ball and feed in. Maddie Tokarczyk with the red headband. Local girl, Bishop Kelly High School here in Tulsa. Southstar certainly impressed me with the way they're knocking the ball around, Brittany.
Yeah, I think your Man City comment was pretty dead on. They're doing a great job of being patient, building out of the back. Not the ball that they were looking for there, though, but definitely a very technically good side. Good vision. Sarah Schwartz on the ball trying to get something going. But I think we see Fortuna Tulsa as well, having been able to connect those passes. We saw that a lot on Thursday night. They'll be looking to settle in and try to be able to connect those passes from the back through the middle and get it up to Sarah Schwartz.
Sarah Schwartz has been given the number 9 role today. Here's Malum. Charlotte Price has made the run from centre to right-hand side. Here she is wearing 8 now, with Sapos for company. That will go harmlessly through to Tony Worley. Nothing doing there, but Fortuna Tulsa putting something together in the attacking form, having soaked up a lot of play, Brittany.
Yeah, I think we'll see that more from Fortuna Tulsa as the game wears on a little bit, but Southstar's doing a great job of keeping possession of the ball and moving the ball around.
Ellis Miller feeding the ball out wide to Mattingly. Mattingly is stolen away by Cora Dunnock now crosses the halfway line nearly. Here's Blankenship in the centre circle. Ahead of her, Shiloh Price. She goes to the left-hand side, onside. Maddie Tokarczyk now. Can she get a decent ball in? She certainly can. Here's Schwartz, can't turn though. A good ball in from Tokarczyk, but just not able to control it with Sierra Schwartz.
Yeah, just kind of a hard angle. She had already run so far, so she couldn't try to flick it on goal, so she had to kind of get a touch there. A little bit difficult spot to be put in.
Broken up by Michelle Slater, who wears 7 there. Long ball over the top now, looking for Melissa Bright. Away by Dunnock. Throw into South Star, and I think we're in for a really entertaining game of soccer between two sides who really want to get this ball down on the deck and play.
It's definitely looking like that. I mean, I think we knew that coming into it. We were going to see two of the best teams in the conference for sure battling out today, and I think we've seen that so far. Just kind of been back and forth, battling in the middle. It's been a bit physical already, so you can see both teams are in it to win it.
Certainly are. Ball headed away by Addie Guthrie there. Back come South Star with Mattingly. Cut out by Hummingbird, who's not really seen much of the ball inside the first 8 minutes here. 0-0 the score. Slater down the right-hand side. Cross coming in. In goes Bright. That's good goalkeeping from Alexis Back.
Yeah, very decisive again. You got to put yourself in those dangerous positions as a goalkeeper, come through for your team, and she did again.
Probably hear the breeze blowing in the effects mics here in our headphones. It's we're high up in our position here today at One Oak. Across here goes Marissa Gray. Clears the danger. And now with a little bit of space here is Mattingly. She gives it away to Malum. Malum now. Tricky play from her. Gray steps in. And Slater plays a ball that's going to be too much for Allred. And so it's going to be a throw-in now for Lauren Smitherman. Smitherman then midway inside the South Star half. Here she is again, can get a decent ball in here. It's a good curling ball in. Who's on the end of it? It's Blankenship, and she just doesn't get enough on it. And you just wonder whether she might have gone for that with her head.
Yeah, diving header right there. It was great service in. It's one of those, it's kind of hard to judge as the ball's kind of dipping and curving in, what adjustment you need to make. I think Rachel Blankenship kind of got caught in the middle of trying to decide what she wanted to do on that one. But very promising ball in by Fortuna.
There's Hummingbird, who's going to shield that one out. Don't know if we've got access to our replays at the moment. 9.5 minutes gone, 0-0. But that was a great ball in from Smitherman, though, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely perfect. I mean, it was weighted perfect. It dipped right over that last defender for South Stars, right into the path of Rachel Blankenship. Just couldn't quite redirect it on goal how she wanted to. But I think we've seen some great play from both sides, creating some chances, doing a job trying to control the ball in the middle of the park.
Mr. Mayo, the referee, saying that has gone out. It'll be a throw in to Smitherman. Lauren Smitherman in her first season with Fortuna Tulsa. Right on halfway, throws the ball up the right-hand side. Arrives at the feet of Schwartz. Good tight turn from her. Maddie Tokarczyk says, I'm in lots of space, and she was in lots of space and she was offside, and they will take the offside there. So the front three then of Maddie Tokarczyk, Taylor Malum and Sierra Schwartz, and then just in behind is Shiloh Price and Addie Guthrie and Rachel Blankenship doing the holding midfield. And then the back four from left to right is Dunnock, Hummingbird, Langer and Smitherman. Really is I know I keep on about it, but a squad rotation game this, isn't it, with so many games so quickly.
Yeah, you have to keep your players fresh and everyone healthy. You don't want to overdo it. You get tired bodies, and that's when injuries come. You know, obviously a lot of these players are still playing college ball and things like that. They don't want to get injured coming in. We talked about it. It's a developmental league as well, so you want people to get touches and you want people to get all that playing time. Obviously you want to win matches, but that's, you know, where I think you find both these teams with very deep benches, that they have lots of resources at their disposal, that you can interchange players and you're still going to get high quality, but maybe even a little bit different. I think you see that from Fortuna Tulsa. Just small changes, just add a little bit of extra to the game.
Mattingly finds Bright. Low ball into Bright here. She controls it once. Mattingly again on the edge of the area. Still gets the ball, having been on the ground. Slater. Infield here to the number 24, Vanessa Ortiz. Out to the right-hand side. Hits Tokarczyk's arm, but purely accidental. Corner then, the first one for South Star, and it's going to be the girl wearing 17, Riley Mattingly, who's going to go across there to take this one. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, the results you want and the care you deserve. Thank you for their sponsorship for Fortuna Tulsa. Here's the low ball in. Flicked on at the near post and then cleared away by Hummingbird with Alexis back there right at her feet as well. And that was dangerous. Good flick on from the corner.
Yeah, very dangerous, especially in the women's game. Those low-driven corners that just kind of find themselves in that area. It's very difficult to defend from the defensive side of the ball because you never kind of know where it's going to get a deflection, things like that. It makes it incredibly dangerous. And luckily, Fortuna on it. Hummingbird with a good clearance there before it got too dangerous for them.
Here's Shiloh Price, back to Smitherman. Hurried clearance from her, scooped up into the air, but there's Schwartz on the end of it. Good knockdown to Malum. Now Blankenship tries to nutmeg Marissa Gray, but Gray is too strong and plays a ball up looking for Bright. Here's Gray again. Lays it off here to Mattingly. Given away. Here's Tokarczyk, still in her own half. Lays the ball down the left-hand side. That's not going to be to the feet of Shiloh Price, and across comes Gray and plays it back to Worley, the keeper. Hurried clearance as Sierra Schwartz is bearing down on her. Slater. And here's Sapos wearing 3. We'll go back to keeper Worley. 0-0. Coming up to 14 minutes played in this one here at One Oak in downtown Tulsa on a beautiful morning. Long ball. Underneath this is Smitherman. Heads it though inadvertently to the number 19 Heckendorn. All red. Tries a shot, comes off Taylor Malum. And that will be another corner to South Stars. They put the pressure on Fortuna Tulsa.
Yeah, I think we're seeing South Stars being very composed in the ball, doing a great job of moving the ball around, keeping Fortuna chasing, and they're kind of waiting to penetrate whenever they're ready. I think we're seeing a very good job from South Stars trying to break down this Fortuna side.
Corner then will be coming in from the left-hand side. 2 players in white shirts stood on the goal line. Another 5 inside the box. There's a header away by Blankenship. Still South Star pressing. Here's All Red now, who's been playing on the left, but she's on the right. And Taylor Malum stuck with her, and that's going to be a throw into South Star. Good pressure from the team wearing all white today, who, as we say, are going to be a very difficult team to beat, although Fortuna Tulsa have won the first game down in Texas by 1-0, a Taylor Malum strike in a very closely fought game done at Clears.
I think South Stars are absolutely wanting that game back, and I think you can see how hard they're pressing and pushing to try to get forward and get a goal. It's another good service here.
Yeah, Addie Guthrie got the header away. Here's All Red again. She likes to have a shot, there's All Red.
She's looking for it. They're looking to put the ball in the back of the net.
Sapos up to Bright. Good holding play from Bright. You can see her prowess as a striker.
Yeah, she's very strong, very good on the ball, and you can see why she's turned up with so many goals this season.
No way out for Shiloh Price there. They do, again, I'm going to use the Manchester City analogy, that they suffocate the possession and the space. They're very, very well coached by Susan Quill and her team.
Yeah, their spacing and their shape is absolutely brilliant. As soon as they lose the ball or Fortuna has it, you can see them compress that space and press Fortuna really hard before Fortuna's really had an opportunity to get a flow into the game and connect some passes, as we see the first change for Fortuna.
Yeah, Rachel Blankenship is coming off in the central midfield.
Ashton Gordon coming in.
Ashton Gordon from Booker T. Washington. We say again, she was victorious this year in the 5A championship win over Bishop Kelly, 5-3 in the final, wearing 26. And also another substitution.
Reagan Whitlow coming in.
And she will, so really Yolanda Thomas has changed her sort of holding to, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think they were getting pulled out. I think they were having to chase a lot there in the middle of the park, so I'm sure that they had some tired legs going there. But Ashton Gordon, brilliant player, very good playing like long balls and stuff out of the back. Maybe looking to try to change the dynamic. Reagan Whitlow, very, very strong defender defensively, has a great presence in the air. So maybe looking to change things up tactically a little bit, seeing what those two can help change the game. Hopefully Fortuna can get a little bit of possession and start kind of getting a rhythm and flow to their play. So far, South Stars has done a really, really good job of compressing and kind of making it difficult for Fortuna to connect more than 3 or 4 passes.
Here they are, though, trying to do just that. Then Tokarczyk is shut down by Gray. Gray to Slater. Slater, who sits in front of the back four and has seen a lot of the ball inside this first 18 minutes. So we will... we would love to have your interactions today. Twitter we have is at Fortuna Tulsa, all one word, at Fortuna Tulsa. And Brittany and I would love to read out your tweets on our live broadcast here as Melissa Bright goes in there towards Alexis Back, where she comes out, and the big tall goalkeeper has the ball safely in her gloves. So at Fortuna Tulsa. Maybe you are out of state, couldn't be here today. Please get in contact. We'll give you a shout out. We always like to know where you're watching and listening from. As Schwartz heads it on, looking for Malum. It bounces once. Sapos and Worley get in a bit of a tangle, but Worley in the end does what all goalkeepers do and gets the ball safely into her gloves.
Very promising from Fortuna Tulsa. It's a great ball over. A very good run by Taylor Malum, the goalkeeper for South Stars, and defensively they did a good job of thwarting that Fortuna attack. Good ball over from Sierra Schwartz.
It's been seldom that Fortuna Tulsa have, as Bright goes down the left-hand side, got really into the area, but they're soaking it all up very well.
They have, yeah, I think we've seen Fortuna with a couple good opportunities, but South Stars have done a good job of cutting off anything really before it gets going for Fortuna today.
This Gray's ball cut out by Roman Langer there, playing in the back four, as we say. Can play it right back. There's Allred going back to Sapos. Sapos, who is attending SMU. Now here's Marissa Gray on the ball, feeds it out to the right hand side. It's a little bit strong. Sapos, who's playing at the back, she said she chose SMU for its education, friendly environment and the coaching staff, and she says she would most like to play in England or Spain. Wouldn't we all?
Yeah, that's a dream right there.
Yeah. Of course, Women's World Cup, England safely through to the next phase, the last 16, with 1-0 hard-fought victory over Argentina yesterday.
Yeah, I watched that game. It was a good match.
Yeah, Argentina digging in, looking for their point, really, and it was a goal in, I think, around about the 65th minute, which just about gave the Lionesses their win. Here is Sapos. Slater. They do play it out well from the back. Been really impressed with that.
They do. They just have so much composure on the ball. They have good vision, and then you also see South Stars doing a good job in front of the ball, moving and creating good movement. Their movement off the ball is one thing that maybe you don't see as much on camera, but has been brilliant.
Here's Tokarczyk. Decent ball needed. Good ball into the box. There's Slater, though, to avert the danger. Good clearance from Vanessa Ortiz as well. And here now on the attack is Emma Heckendorn. Ashton Gordon steps in, gets some kind of a challenge in, but Michelle Slater takes up the story again. Threaded ball forward. If you were to make one observation. A lot of possession, but they haven't really found their striker, Melissa Bright, excuse me.
I'm sure Fortuna Tulsa has her on assignment, so the job's going to be from Yolanda Thomas to not let her get lots of touches, don't let her have a lot of free space and time to turn. I think we've seen that she's quite brilliant on the ball, but Fortuna's done a good job of trying to press her and shut her down.
Good threaded ball to Allred. Allred now. Low ball into the box is a good one. It comes off Messiah Bright, and it's going to be a goal kick, says the central referee, Mr. Mayo. Deep conversation between Donovan Bradshaw and Yolanda Thomas. And they're talking to their subs, obviously tactically. Ashton Gordon in conversation with Reagan Whitlow. And it's going to be a goal kick, and South Star have made a substitution. And coming into the left back spot is the number 11, that's Cameron Romeo. Here's Gordon laying the ball off for Shiloh Price. Price threading a ball forward. Great ball here to Maddie Tokarczyk. Now, what can she do with it? Low ball is the right ball, but Taylor Mallon was some 5 yards behind it. Good ball in from Tokarczyk, just what you want.
Yeah, a brilliant ball from Shiloh Price. She's somebody that we haven't seen on the ball a lot so far for Fortuna, and she's been huge to their success going forward and helping keep possession so far in this season. So that's definitely a player that they want to see on the ball more to create more of those opportunities.
Sierra Schwartz coming off, and Nikki Caranta comes on, like for like. Player that you know very well.
Yeah, well, Nikki loves kind of being that isolated forward. She's somebody that can kind of make something out of nothing. Looks like she's going to come out. Looks like they changed a little bit. Looks like Nikki's going to come out here on the right side, and they pushed Taylor Mallum up to that number 9.
Yeah, you're right. Nikki Caranta, normally the number 9, but she's out on the right. Here is Mallum, twisting and turning, giving the ball away. Smitherman forward, looking for Caranta. Caranta now trying to switch the play to the left-hand side. Cut out well, though, again by Marissa Gray. And Slater again, as she does, breaks up the play, plays it forward. Here's Roman Langer, and has to just play that one out. So plenty of substitutions. Fortuna Tulsa also bringing on the left-hand side Aubrey Lechleader for Maddie Tokarczyk. Sapos. Gray goes round and plays the ball forward again. That's good shielding from Roman Lang. That's good defending.
Yeah, she's come through big for Fortuna Tulsa back there, just in her defensive positioning, just shielding off Bright just a little bit there, just enough to help her goalkeeper out a little bit.
Here's Mallum. Price to Mallum. Sapos played them all onside. Mallum now looks up. Good ball in. Here's Price for a tap in. Well, that is a beautiful, beautiful link-up play. And really, Fortuna Tulsa have not threatened the goal, but they have now. And with 25 minutes gone, it's a great goal for Fortuna Tulsa. It's Fortuna Tulsa 1, South Star 0.
We talked about it here. Shiloh Price feeding another brilliant ball through. She's somebody that Fortuna needs on the ball. She gets it out to Taylor Mallum, who's so good and composed on the ball. She knows, you can see her get her head up, continuously looking to try to feed that ball back across. And Shiloh Price does a great job of making that run back off the ball to get it back from Taylor Mallum, and just a great easy finish in, because it's such a beautiful ball back across from Taylor Mallum.
The neutral, Brittany, would say that's against the run of play.
Yeah, definitely.
But certainly the best link-up play on goal from either side today.
Yeah, I think both sides have struggled to kind of just find that final pass.
Here's Bright looking for a final pass here, or a shot on goal. She does, and it curls it just wide. Rachel Hummingbird felt she was knocked off the ball a little bit there, but all fair. But that just shows you, when you've just scored a goal, you've got to be so careful to keep the back door shut.
It's the most dangerous times is in the first 5 minutes, last minute, or last 5 minutes, or right after somebody scores. So you can't ever let your guard down. You've got to be ready, because that opposing team's going to be wanting that goal back, absolutely. And South Stars has been pressing. They've been working really hard. I think they've, you could definitely say have had the better run of play overall. They've possessed really well, but I mean, I think we've seen in some World Cup games and games like that possession isn't everything. You got to finish.
That's Whitlow feeding it out to Cora Dunnock now. Dunnock stepping inside, playing the ball inside to Mallam, who had the assist there for Charlotte Price's goal, but Michelle Slater gets the ball off Mallam. And South Star need to build again. As we said, having the lion's share of the possession. Mattingly was on the ball there to Gray. Gray to Slater. They'll keep playing in the way that they know. Ortiz there getting involved. Now on this near side is Romeo, coming on as a first half sub. Sapo taking her time, playing a square ball here to Marissa Gray. Gray looks up. Allred's gone to the right hand side, but that's too central, and that'll go harmlessly through to Alexis Bach.
It's a good idea from South Stars there, just a little too long. But again, we see them possess so well, moving the ball across. They're just looking to try to find that perfect ball through, but Fortuna Tulsa's back line has done a good job as far as keeping their shape, not really allowing big gaps where South Stars can find a channel to beat them through.
Hummingbird stuck well with Bright, but here is Allred into the box, and there's an offside, and Bach did well there under pressure. I think the South Star striker there, and we'll tell you who it is in a minute, was entitled to go for that ball. Bach is okay. I think it was coming in there was Heckendorn, and she was entitled to go for it. Bach's okay, as we say. Don't want any injuries today. So 1-0 it is to Fortuna Tulsa, and we'll talk more about it in the highlights as Lechleider is on the ball now to Whitlow, tries a 1-2. But what impressed me with Mallam was she took her time again before playing the perfect ball in.
Yeah, she's an incredible player. She has so much confidence on the ball and with herself, and as she should. So you can just see the time that she was taking there, that she was able to deliver the perfect pass at the right time too. She was just kind of delaying that pass so Shiloh Price could get in the box and get in the right. So many times you see that ball too early, or it's rushed, or we're playing it too late, but she did a brilliant job of just holding up long enough, waiting for that run to come in and giving her the perfect ball across.
And it was the perfect ball, and Charlotte Price couldn't really miss. She taps home for her second goal of the season. So 3 players now, Mallam, Goins and Price, all on 2 goals in this season. That's Fortuna's 9th goal of the season, and only the second goal, I might add, that South Star have conceded, both to Fortuna Tulsa. Here is Mallam, the assister. That one isn't such a good assist. That's through harmlessly to Worley. Beautiful, beautiful morning here.
It really is. It's a beautiful day, especially if summers in Oklahoma. They can get pretty hot and humid, but it's been a beautiful morning so far. Maybe a bit windy.
Maybe a bit windy, but we'll come back to that in a minute as Mallam tries to feed in Lechleider here. She keeps the ball in, does well to Whitlow, but that's just over hit. That's going to go out. I'm telling you, Brittany, if someone had given me a cup of tea in my hand this morning when I arrived, it was a perfect English day. It was a little bit of rain. It was slightly down on temperature. It really was English conditions.
Sure, you felt right at home.
I really did, but now it's getting more like Oklahoma. So here's Slater now for South Star, the team all in white. One of 3 Texas teams in this league, alongside the 2 Oklahoma teams of Fortuna Tulsa and Oklahoma City FC. Whitlow, Gordon now, long ball, might just be a little bit too much. You could see the idea, but it's a little bit too long for Lechleider there.
Good idea from Fortuna. Good build-up play. It's like Cora Dunnock's coming off for a substitution. Give her a little bit of a rest.
Great frame shot from Mo, our cameraman there, just as we can see the 4th official, Jeremy Crockett, there. And we're going to see another Gordon come on, and she will go to centre back, and she has been playing most of the starts there. Kelsey Gordon. And here's the other Gordon. Ashton stepping into Price. Price now to Caranta. Caranta's ball over the top. It's a good ball, but it's going to run away. This surface is very, very quick. We noticed it against Oklahoma City FC, that if you play a ball not to feet, it's like playing on turf. I hasten to add, it is a grass field.
Yeah, it is a grass pitch, but that grass is just so finely cut. That the ball does move very quick, and like we did have some rain this morning, so that makes the pitch just a little bit, play a little faster, ball skips off a little bit. I think we've seen that happen a few times here this morning.
Going to hear from the coach of Fortuna Tulsa at halftime. That's Yolanda Thomas, in an interview we recorded just before the kickoff. Now coming into the fray is Peyton Lieb, wearing 16. So Lieb trying to get in on Slater there. Slater got the better of that little duel. Gracie Hare. Now here's Amanda Carreno, who's another substitute that came on. Lecklider's gone up front now, the number 4. Gordon clearing the ball up to Caranta there, who lays it off well to Whitlow. Whitlow just creeps across the halfway line. Lecklider there with Sapos. Sapos clears up to the number 26, Alice Miller, but stolen away by Whitlow. Gordon. And that's through to Hummingbird. And if you're the coach of South Star, you would say we need more balls into the feet of our goal scorer Bright. Brittany.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to find her feet that much. I mean, they've done such a good job of possessing and trying to find balls through. They've looked to try to play that long ball to the right side several times, but for whatever reason haven't been able to find Bright's feet. I think that's partially Fortuna Tulsa doing a good job of trying to mark her out of the game tightly, but as well, South Stars, Nina, you always got to find your top players. You got to find your playmakers.
Here's one of the top playmakers. That's Slater laying the ball off nicely for Romeo. Romeo forward to Messiah Bright, but she couldn't control that one. Whitlow, Gordon, Lieb. Now that's a good threaded ball through here for Heckendorn. Heckendorn now sliding challenge
tackle
for Roman Langer.
Yeah, brilliant tackle, timed just perfectly. Dangerous whenever you're sliding in the box, obviously, but she gets all ball there. Very well timed tackle.
Very well timed tackle, though. We did see one in the World Cup. I was trying to think of the game off the top of my head where it was in the Italy game, Italy winning that one 5-0 against Jamaica, and there was a sliding challenge like that, looked fair, and then the referee went to VAR and it was a penalty.
Good old VAR.
Yeah.
And in the same game had to retake the penalty.
Yes.
After reviewing that, so the goalkeeper came off her line too quickly. Had to retake the penalty kick.
I do like that personally. It's been one of my bugbears over the years of commentating and playing in soccer, is the number of goalkeepers that do kind of cheat and get off
they
that
cheat
line.
forward.
I know it's difficult for them when you're facing a shot from 12 yards.
I'm
but
sure it is.
Anyway, back to the here and now. 1-0, 10 minutes to go till half time. Charlotte Price's goal separating the two sides as Carreno's beaten by Marissa Gray. Threads a lovely ball out to Alice Miller, but nothing doing there from Miller. Goal kick.
Yeah, Southstar's doing a great job, and Gray's been so strong on the ball. She's done a great job of keeping possession coming out of the back for Southstars, and then they get that to where they need to try to connect those final passes and just aren't connecting exactly how they want to. It's just not the ball that they want, or it's a little off, or first touch kind of lets them down.
South Star coming into this one, as we say, in third place. They are just behind FC Dallas. We'll give you the standings later on. Fortuna Tulsa, as we have said before, and we'll say again, it's a 4-0. Great start, 100% record in the first 4 games, 12 points, top of the league. They're up against a tough side here, South Star. Here's Blankenship. And then you could say that Carreno is onside on the left-hand side, bearing down on goal. Caranta's in there. Here's Caranta for the tap and all. That's good goalkeeping from Worley, and then she just lost it, although there was a foul, and then Worley saying, do you want me to play on ref? And the referee says, yeah, let's keep things moving.
Very similar to Fortuna's first goal. Ball coming over the top, a good ball from Blankenship to Amanda Carreno, who does a good job taking it to the byline. Getting good service in there to Nikki Carantera, but goalkeeper stepping up huge for South Stars.
Here's Carreno, local coach, of course. Well, good play from Carreno, and then she just did. Miller got back on that one. Hummingbird thumps the ball forward. Caranta's underneath it. Here's Blankenship. Steps inside one challenge from Michelle Slater. Carreno. Carreno there battling away. No foul, says the referee. Here's Blankenship.
Ooh, that's a great ball.
Caranta turn shot. Good save, Worley.
Such a good ball by Rachel Blankenship. And she hits that with her laces there, keeps it on the ground so it gets to Nikki Frontier so much quicker. She does a good first touch, prep touch is great. She's looking to just spin around, try to hit that back corner, but the goalkeeper again coming up huge. So we see Fortuna getting a little more confidence, getting more numbers in the attack. We didn't see that for the first 20 minutes or so, but now we see them getting a lot more numbers forward.
Certainly are, and Carreno's made a good difference on the left-hand side, although Maddie Tokarczyk did well from the off in that position. It's such a strong squad, this Fortuna squad.
You just get a little bit different, obviously, with Amanda. You get a little bit more experience and just some of the fine, minute things of the game, and also her saucy play and the skills that she brings. And then Maddie, you just have those long runs and open field speed and play that kind of changes the game. You have to defend them both very, very differently, but it's something really cool that Yolanda Thomas has in her toolbox, that she can kind of go and just make those adjustments, and you get something completely different in their style of play.
Here is Carreno, one of the two players highlighted by Brittany Scraper alongside me, Dave Saunders, in the privileged position, commentating here at One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa for Fortuna Tulsa, as Whitlow makes way for Addie Guthrie, who started the game. Like for like, holding midfield player, sensible coaching again.
Yeah, just trying to, that's such a hard work rate position, so just trying to keep those legs fresh in there. The more they can press, the better. Great turn by Rachel Blankenship. Oh, looks like Nikki Frontier is going to be called offsides there. Maybe just half a step. But Rachel Blankenship really kind of coming into it in the last 10-15 minutes or so in this game, helping Fortuna open up a lot of play and possession and getting some positive things going forward.
Lauren Allred is coming across to the left-hand side where she started the game, and across goes Emma Heckendorn. Just a swap there of the two wingers, often a good ploy from coaches just to freshen things up. There is Allred, good tackle coming in from Gracie Hare. Left the player on the ground as well. Here is Mattingly taking her time here as we come up to the 40-minute mark. Sapos.
Brilliant ball through, perfectly weighted.
Messiah Bright now, the goal scorer. Good ball into the box, but nobody there in a white shirt.
Yeah, nobody making that run. You've always got to have somebody making that front post run, and nobody for South Stars making that run to help their teammate Bright out right there.
Ashton Gordon playing to Caranta here. What can she do with that? It's good defending from Sapos, but Caranta's so strong. Here's Carreno. Back to Gordon again. Addie Guthrie could think about trying one here. She's a long way out. Instead to Caranta. Caranta to Blankenship, and just couldn't get on the end of that one, and it's cleared away by Romeo.
Positive stuff from Fortuna Tulsa. Good turn by Amanda Carreno. Oh,
Yeah.
It's still in. Keep playing.
And in the end, it was out. It's dangerous defending there. You play, don't you, until the ball is clearly out.
Yeah, you've got to play until it's completely out, or you hear that ref's whistle. You just got to keep going until you hear one of those things.
I want to say welcome to any South Star supporters that are watching. Don't forget, please send us a tweet at Fortuna Tulsa. We would love to give you a shout out as well to your impressive club. In their first season in the WPSL, that was a handball by Eddie Guthrie, says the referee. Chance to get a few white shirts forward as it's a dangerous time now. 4 minutes to go to a half time. Of course, South Star would love an equaliser. Bit of misunderstanding there. Gordon steps in, foils the danger. Lieb, good turn from her. Lieb now would make a run down the left-hand side, but it's good defending from Romero.
Just runs her out of bounds there.
Romero then takes the throw in from the left-hand side, gets it back again. And I think Fortuna Tulsa are stopping some of the South Star possession.
Well, I think you're seeing Fortuna Tulsa sit higher up. They're pressing more numbers forward, so South Stars aren't able to take as much real estate in the middle of the park like they were in the first 20 minutes or so of this match.
Here they are though, Sapos still with the ball. Sapos who's taking her time here, looking up, the SMU girl. But she's giving it away. Two number threes involved there. Here's Ali Guthrie for Fortuna Tulsa. Good ball to Blankenship. Blankenship's got Carranto on the far post if she can feed her. And there it is. Was that a handball? It was an accidental handball. I agree with the referee there. It's one you can disagree with it.
That's one of those tricky calls, Dave. I don't know. That directly affects the game, though. So.
Well, Yolanda Thomas is asking the fourth official. I'm with the referee there. I think it's.
Where's the VAR? Get that replay.
It's purely accidental, in my opinion. But here we see it again. There. I don't think you can give that as a handball.
I don't know. I think the World Cup, that's a handball.
There's 50% of our listeners and viewers agreeing with you, and 50 with me. No, probably more with you actually. Here's the corner anyway. Carreno, left-footed ball into the box, headed away by Bright, who's back there helping out. Here's Blankenship, blocked again by Gray. Now, strong run down the right-hand side here from Heckendorn, keeps it in. Gordon's there.
Good hustle.
Good work though from Heckendorn. We could argue that handball. We'll talk about it again at half-time in our half-time highlight package. Brittany and I will continue our argument.
I'll argue with you all day.
It's very difficult for referees. The referee myself.
It's a hard position to put them in.
We can talk about, the good old days when I used to play many moons ago now, and that would not have been even thought of as a handball. It had to be deliberate handball. Now it seems to have changed a little bit, but we'll come back to that. It's a good debate to have. Here's Blankenship. The call was no call. No penalty. Here now is Carranto on the left-hand side. We'll try one. Down goes Worley, and certainly Fortuna Tulsa now are creating much more space.
Yeah, I think we're seeing South Stars back off of them just a little bit. Their press hasn't been as hard. You see Rachel Blankenship with a bit of time there in the middle of the park to get her head up and pick out Nikki Quarantena on that left side. She plays another good ball through that left channel. Nikki just with a quick strike. South Star's goalkeeper coming up huge here in the last 20 minutes or so in this match.
Yeah, she's been busy girl in this first half. Here's Blankenship. Fortuna would dearly love a second before half-time. Gordon's gone down. Osage Casino Hotel, your casino to have fun and play after the game. 1-0 to Fortuna Tulsa. Shiloh Price on 25 minutes, separating the two sides. There's a ball from Gracie Hare. It's going to be a little bit too much for Lieb.
I think one thing we're seeing, maybe Dave, Fortuna's made a lot of substitutions in that center mid position. Made a lot of people coming in and out. I don't think we've seen that as much from South Stars, so maybe them wearing down a little bit, not being able to press as much. It's giving Fortuna a little bit more space and time on the ball to press and get more numbers forward.
Two important halftime talks coming up from respective coaches, Susan Quill of South Star and Yolanda Thomas of Fortuna Tulsa. Romero forward. Is Bright, the willing chaser, down the left-hand side. Roman Langer for company. Lays it back to Allred. Allred now. Headed away by Hare to Carreno, who's in a lot of space here. Carranto ahead of her. Sapo tends to just play everybody onside there. Here's the ball in from Gray. And there's Bright, and she's offside.
Better ball in there by South Stars. Bright's just a step off sides there, but promising there from them. They've struggled a little bit in this first half to really find that penetrating last final pass or good cross.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? It's just not been the end product. I'm sure that's something they'll talk about at half-time. It's going to be a cracking second half. Don't go away with this one. We're playing the 2 minutes added on as Slater and Blankenship clash. Here's Lieb. Wants support inside. Here's Lieb being pushed off the ball by Romero. It's good defending, actually, from Romero.
Yeah, very strong. She's been very strong on this left side. Fortuna hasn't had a lot of play coming from the Fortuna right side. They found more success on that left side. I think Romero's done a very good job defensively shutting Fortuna down, especially on the dribble or on the run.
Ellis Miller playing a long ball forward again, looking for Bright. There's Langer twisting and turning, getting the ball away. And that will do it for the first half, says Mr. Mayo, the centre referee. It's been a very closely fought first half, Brittany, and Fortuna Tulsa, in your opinion, is it the right score? Should they be ahead at halftime?
I think I think it's kind of like you could split the game, that first half into two halves. I think the first part of it, South Stars definitely had the more possession. They were creating more chances. They looked to threaten a lot more. Fortuna wasn't really getting anything going. They couldn't really string more than 3 or 4 passes together or really get anything dangerous. But then I think you saw maybe South Stars getting a little bit tired in the middle. You saw lots of substitutions from Yolanda Thomas in the middle of the park for Fortuna. Keeping fresh legs in there. They wind up finding a lot more space towards the last 20 minutes or so of that second half, and I think that, you know, you could say Fortuna had a little bit better play and definitely created more opportunities, especially really good opportunities towards the end of that first half.
Well, that's Brittany's summing up of the first half. There is the shot of the players and officials leaving the field. There's a shot of downtown Tulsa, where the halftime score is Fortuna Tulsa 1, South Star 0. Now, before the game, we were able to catch up with the head coach of Fortuna Tulsa and talk to her about this wonderful start to the season, and that is one Yolanda Thomas.
Today's game is brought to you by Osage Casino and Hotel. Osage Casino and Hotel is your place to play.
Well, earlier on today, I caught up with the victorious coach, 4-0-0, top of the league. That's Yolanda Thomas. Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Fortuna coach Yolanda Thomas. Yolanda, could it have gone any better? 4-0-0, 12 points, top of the league?
No, I'm pretty happy with that.
Good win and a hard-fought win on Thursday, but you have to quickly put that behind you, because here we are 48 hours later. How do you prepare them for today?
I think we enjoy it that evening, and then it's really all about recovery, both physically and mentally yesterday, and today we're ready to go again.
With respect to the other teams you played, South Star one of the tougher teams you played so far?
I would say the toughest.
So how do you break them down?
Well, I think the first step is actually to deal with their athleticism. They move the ball well. They have athletes on just every position, so we've got to match that physical play is the first step. We were able to slow them down by how we defended and really disciplined team defending last time, so we're looking to repeat that and then exploit the opportunities going forward.
On Thursday, you rotated the squad. You played a lot of girls. 48 hours later, is that a consideration again, resting legs?
I think the consideration is to win the game. If we get in a position where we can rest a few, thinking ahead to the next game, then great, but we don't have to turn around as quickly. So.
And then, of course, after this one, I mean, one game at a time, but you've got a tough one on Wednesday now, rescheduled. So they come thick and fast, don't they?
There really aren't any easy games in this conference. So, and I think the Oklahoma City is just an emotionally exhausting game as well, just because the players know each other so well. But for now, we're focused on this one.
And just briefly, One Oakfield, a beautiful place to play. Can it be a better place to play?
I think you've got a beautiful place, beautiful weather. We're just ready to go.
All the best today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Coach there, Yolanda Thomas, and let's just talk about her for a moment. I mean, we said in commentary, 4-0-0, a great start to the season. She's got a great squad of players, though, hasn't she?
She does. She has so many talented players, and the coolest thing is they want to be out here. They're loving it. They're having such a good time. I think we saw the video clip of after the win on Thursday night, her just kind of like getting them all riled up and dancing, and them all having a good time. You see them all smiling and laughing and enjoying themselves, and I mean, that's so much what it's about. You want to be able to really you want to compete at that high level and give it everything you have and work hard, but you want to be able to enjoy it at the same time. And I think Yolanda Thomas has done such a good job of balancing that, like really pulling that hard work and determination and discipline from the teams. I think she talks a lot about that, about being disciplined, making sure you do your role, do the things you need to do, but at the same time, you know, getting excited over the goals and having a good time with it and really enjoying themselves. And I think we were seeing as the Fortuna players were coming off the pitch after this first half, a lot of them smiling and waving at everyone and having a good time. So I think that's something you want to see, and I think a lot of that is hugely from Yolanda Thomas' leadership and just kind of the ship she's running this season.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? And assistant coaches Donovan Bradshaw and Troy Tokarczyk with her as well. And one of the things she said in that interview to me was that they would have to match the physicality and the good conditioning of these South Star players, and they've done that, Brittany. And we can look now at a couple of incidents from the first half that we want to talk about. One of them was a goal and one of them was a penalty shout. So this is the opportunity here to have a penalty. Now, what your opinion?
I mean, I think that could be called a penalty. I mean, you see Rachel Blankenship come across. I mean, that ball, if it goes through, it's a goal. It is a little unfortunate. It kind of hits off the back of her, but her arm is out extended. It's not in her body. That definitely is a goal-scoring opportunity. I mean, I could see the argue both ways, but to me, I could see how that could be called a penalty.
Yeah, you see, I'm going to differ with you, which makes great TV, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's be honest. I don't think in any way she knew that, her hand went to the ball deliberately. I think it's behind her back, and I think it's a great call from the referee. It just shows how difficult the officiating is, and the call was no call, and it could have been a penalty on another day, and maybe next season. I think, right in saying in the English Premiership, certainly that would be called a penalty because they're talking about the silhouette of the players. It's something we could argue about. If you have an opinion on that, please tweet us at Fortuna Tulsa, all one word, at Fortuna Tulsa.
Hashtag Brittany's right.
Was it a penalty or was it not? I'll tell you what did happen earlier than that. There was the goal. And this was a wonderful piece of play, which Brittany will take us through.
Yeah, great through ball by Shiloh Price. And we've talked about it so much, about Taylor Malum just being so cool and collected on the ball, waiting for Shiloh Price to make that run back through the middle. And she does. She gets it back across, and Shiloh Price with a great finish.
It really was, and I said in commentary, and I'll say it again, and we'll maybe have another look at the goal in a minute. The way that Taylor Malum waited and then looked up and played the perfect ball gives her teammate a tap in at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's something that separates her as a player. I mean, she's not rushing it. So many times, players will make that and be like, all right, I just got to get the ball across. That's my job. But that's not your job. Your job is to set up your teammate and give them the absolute best ball you can deliver to them. And that's exactly what Taylor Malum does. She waits. She bides her time. You can see her looking up. She's getting her head up here. She's looking to see where she is. She just gets her hips across the ball, slides it right across. It goes in front of two South Stars defenders, but right to her teammate where she needs it to be.
I just want to pay tribute to my cameraman Mo to our left. That was fantastic from him to get that shot of Charlotte Price tapping, and also our producer today, Michael Blazer, for slowing down the action and making our life so much easier. Brittany, we'll take a short break now because it is half time. Two important team talks coming up from Yolanda Thomas and Susan Quill. Susan Quill, the coach of South Star, and of course Yolanda Thomas, everybody in these parts knows, is the successful coach this season for Fortuna Tulsa. We'll take a short break, back with more in just a few moments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Emerson. Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Emerson, and I'm Fortuna Tulsa's official orthopedic surgeon, and I will be spending my summer attending their home games and helping take care of any acute injuries that happen during games or after.
Welcome back in here to downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field to be precise. The lights are on, not that we actually need them, Brittany's Scraper alongside me, but what we are looking forward to is a lot of entertainment in the second half. This game is far from over.
Oh, absolutely. I think South Stars are going to be making some adjustments, looking to maybe probably change some personnel around, looking to try to get more of that attacking threat and find those through balls and just that final pass that's eluded them so far in the first half.
What do you think, if you were Coach Quill, for South Star, what kind of thing do you think you might be saying? Is it to feed, Bright up front more to feet?
I think that's definitely one thing that, if I was coaching them, that I would be looking for. One thing I would also say is to keep the press, keep the high press. I think that's one thing that in the later end of that first half that Fortuna started finding more opportunity, more time on the ball. They were able to pick out passes. I mean, you have people like Shiloh Price and Rachel Blankenship. They're so good at when they have that time on the ball to pick out those precision passes like we did on that goal. But in the first half of the first half, South Stars was pressing so hard and wasn't letting Fortuna really get anything going. So for me, that's one thing. I say keep pressing, keep pushing high, and then you're going to win the ball forward, and eventually you're going to catch them off guard. But one thing you can't do with this Fortuna side is give them time and space and kind of back off of them. So if I'm South Stars, I'm looking to press hard, continue to fight, battle for the ball, and then maybe looking to try to find those through balls and find those passes going forward maybe a little bit earlier.
And if you're Yolanda Thomas, you're desperate for a second goal early on, aren't you, in this second half?
You felt there was another goal coming. They were doing a great job, but I think Fortuna started doing a much better job of pushing and getting more numbers forward. It was helping to win the ball higher up on the pitch, which obviously helped quite a bit. So, yeah, Yolanda Thomas, I think you're happy with your side, the way that they kind of came and rallied and kind of turned the momentum of the game in that first half, but looking to definitely get another goal or two, because the South Star side, very, very dangerous and can easily get a goal at any time. So Fortuna's got to come out ready to battle. I think we saw a lot of a very physical game where players are working hard to win that ball and battle. Fortuna's going to have to match that. I think Thomas mentioned that about how they're going to have to be physical and match it. I think we're going to see that from Fortuna coming out again, but very important for them to keep getting those numbers forward so they can combine and press early.
And I think we're going to see a goalkeeping change for South Star. We'll tell you about in a moment. You can see to the left of your screen there. Again, thank you for your company here on this, it's now an afternoon. We kicked off at 11. It's now just after the noonday. The sun is shining. The lights are on. It's a beautiful venue and a great game by arguably the two best teams that we've seen in this division so far. They fought out a very close 1-0 win for Fortuna just about 10 days or so ago. And then, you think about the next game as well, but they want to, obviously, Fortuna perspective, they want to win this one and remain unbeaten. But, tough game. No game is easy in this league, is it?
No, it's really not. It's a very competitive conference. I mean, there's really no team that's an easy go. I mean, all the teams are well trained. They have great coaching staffs. All the teams I think we've seen play work incredibly hard, are pressing. They're being physical. They want to win. They want to win those balls. You're seeing lots and lots of very skilled players in this league. So Fortuna coming off with a 4-0 start thus far, looking to make it 5 today is definitely what they're looking to do.
In your shot there are the Fortuna girls in their black shorts, blue socks and blue jerseys against the Real Madrid-like all-white kit, or Leeds.
Gotta love that all-white look.
All-white look. Leeds of the 70s, for those of you that are from across the pond and remember Leeds United. Maddie Tokarczyk's back on for Fortuna Tulsa, running towards us here in the red headband. And Alexis Bach is staying in goal. That's the first time that Yolanda Thomas has not changed her goalkeeper at half-time this season.
Well, she had a really good start to the game. She came out, she was very decisive on a few things that the South Stars were trying to get through the Fortuna back line. So, I mean, she's definitely been earning her spot.
A really cracking second half we're in store for as Mr. Mayo, the referee, gets us underway. And it is South Star in possession. They've had a lot of the possession. If there were stats on possession, probably you call it something like 60-40 in favour of the girls from Texas.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Blankenship has fouled Slater. Yeah, it's slightly in favour, I would say, but Yolanda Thomas and Fortuna won't mind because the score's 1-0, and that's the important statistic at the end of the day, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they were able to put more dangerous plays together. They were able to find those final passes a little bit more than South Stars has in the first half. South Stars will be definitely looking to change that this half.
Here's Gordon in possession. Ashton Gordon crossing the halfway line, looks up, threads a nice little ball into the path of Charlotte Price, scorer of the goal. Her ball to Tokarczyk. Can Tokarczyk get this? She certainly can. She chips the keeper and on top of the net. From her own perspective, probably wanted to wrap her foot around that and pull it back a little bit more, Brittany.
Yeah, I think she's a young player, obviously. She's still in high school. We talked about it in the first half that she just has a great open field speed. Maybe be able to get a first touch on that, cut it back, look for a cross, maybe try to create a better angle for a shot for herself. But promising start from Fortuna. Ashton Gordon in the middle playing a good ball out and them getting the switch back across.
Here is Messiah Bright, the dangerous striker, threading the ball in. There's Dunnock getting the clearance away. Tokarczyk can't get the ball under control. Romero. And it's all red. Now the number 10 threading a good ball in. And that was Smitherman getting a good challenge in there under pressure from Bright.
That was a very good defensive position to have there. That was a dangerous ball across.
Here's Taylor Mallam.
Great ball through. Good vision by Taylor Mallam.
Shadow Price now up against Gray. Clip ball from Guthrie. Mallam lost that one in the kind of sun, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of glare when you're looking straight up.
And back comes South Star. Good game this one, 1-0. Fortuna Tulsa leads. Goal by Charlotte Price on the 25th minute. Smitherman can't find the goal scorer. Lauren Alec, has come on for South Star, wearing 6 at left back. Didn't play anything in the first half. Romero, Allred.
Well,
She goes down. Stolen by Cora Dunnock. Dunnock tries to play a 1-2 with Mallam. Mallam's ball was given away to Romero. Back comes South Star. Now here's Sapo. She played centre back. She's now kind of a left-sided midfield player. That's a good turn from Bright. But in steps Gordon. That's going to be a throw in to South Star. And here is Sapo. Versatile player, obviously. Alec to Sapo again. Good building from South Star here. Patient build up. Now over the top. And that's good defending from Roman Langer, conceding the corner. Good start to the second half from South Star, you'd say?
I think so. They've definitely been able to find Bright a little bit more in this first half already, and I think you can see that that's created impact, and they've already got a corner kick here, which they're very dangerous on. They were very dangerous on the first couple corner kicks that they had in the first half. Fortuna was able to clear it out.
Riley Mattingly it is with the responsibility. Going to be curled in with her right foot. Plenty of players inside the box. Here's the corner, good one, and it's kind of sliced over the top by Maddie Tokarczyk. Another corner, thanks to our ball girls, the same ones we had on Thursday, the from Porter, just on the south side of Tulsa. So Mattingly again from the same spot, the corner, this time towards the penalty spot. Slater with an acrobatic effort, but that's going to be away for a goal kick, and it remains 1-0 to Fortuna Tulsa. Always good when you can defend a couple of corners like that. Doesn't matter how you defend them, does it?
It doesn't. As long as you get it out or it's not in the back of the net, job done.
Oklahoma Ford. Visit your local Oklahoma Ford dealership for the latest deals and introducing the brand new Ranger. Flicked on by Price. Mallam to Blankenship. Blankenship's ball forward is to no one, and that will go all the way through to the substitute goalkeeper who's come on at half time. Tell you more about her in a few moments. Here's Ashton Gordon heading it well to Tokarczyk. Tokarczyk now running forward. Good run from her. Slips it wide to Mallam. Mallam chips towards the far post. Too much for Price, but she'll keep it in here. Guthrie says, give it back to me and I might hit one. Here's Guthrie, steps inside, one challenge. Guthrie now with a shot. Good save from the keeper. And down go a couple of players. Price is down there inside the box. Good save from the keeper. We'll come back to Brittany in a minute because here's Smitherman back into the box. Was that a handball? No, says the referee. Back in from Smitherman again, and that's over the top. So plenty to talk about, Brittany.
Yeah, a lot of exciting play from Fortuna. Good attacking from this left side. Beautiful early ball from Taylor Malum, stays in. Shiloh Price very cool and collected on the ball again, finding Guthrie. Guthrie with a pretty good prep touch there. Just isn't able to finish it, but goalkeeper for South Star is getting called on early, coming up with a big save for them there.
Here she is in possession. It's Nala Turner, wearing 30, who made a good save. Here's South Star in possession again with Slater. Bringing in Allred here. Girl from Fort Worth. Stolen by Dunnock. Dunnock's had the better of that battle so far. Here's Blankenship. Gordon. Looking ahead. Positive play. Dunnock just 5 yards inside the South Star half. Now she goes back to Tokarczyk. Tokarczyk now looking ahead of her. That's a little bit too much for Malum. It's going to be out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think she's just looking for a little bit better movement from her teammates there. Everybody kind of got stuck standing still, a little Fortuna for a moment there.
Well, if you're looking for something to do tonight, you can always come back to One Oak for Tulsa Roughnecks, entertaining El Paso in the USL Championship. Kick-off 7:30 tonight. Here is Kelsey Gordon, infield here to Addie Guthrie.
Smitherman taking her space. Good ball up there to Shiloh Price.
That's a great ball into the box, but away from Romero.
Romero having a really good game defensively for South Star. She interrupted a lot of the Fortuna play.
Yeah, she started off the game. She came on as a sub and played at left back. She's now gone to a centre back role. Another versatile player.
Those are the kind of players coaches love. Put them anywhere and they're going to do a good job for you.
Tackle there from Shiloh Price is on the number 6, Lauren Alec. Lauren Alec is a 31-year-old OU grad. She's coming there at left back. Smitherman heads it back well to Gordon. Gordon will go to Dunnock here. Dunnock, who likes to roll the sleeves up on her shirt.
She likes to roll up her sleeves, get to work, Dave.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it is.
That's a defender mentality right there.
Riley Mattingly trying to bring in Allred, but intercepted by Tokarczyk. Slim lead for Fortuna Tulsa. 1-0.
Powerful header by Ashton Gordon there.
Now here's Malum trying to go round Romero. Romero, she has gone round her. She's been driven wide though. Romero sticks with her. Tokarczyk's back there. Here's Malum though. Could get a shot on target. She can't curl it enough, and it's wide of the target.
Great individual effort from Taylor Malum. Brilliant, powerful header from Ashton Gordon. That's incredibly impressive. She gets so much behind that ball, and then you just see the speed and the hard work from Taylor Malum to try to create something. But defensively, South Stars do just enough to press it to get it to go wide there on that shot.
54 minutes gone. Latest effort from Taylor Malum, who wants to add to her 2 goals this season. She did have the assist on the 25th minute to Shiloh Price, which separates the two sides. Here's Cora Dunnock. Lots of possession now for Fortuna Tulsa in this second half. Dunnock now gets the ball to Blankenship. Blankenship can hit them. She does. It comes off Gray. And Allred will keep this in and clear up to Dunnock. Dunnock back. That'll go back to Allred. Tokarczyk gets in there with Allred. Keeps it in. And then it's going to go out for a goal kick. So a good game on a good field and in beautiful conditions. It's a little bit of a breeze, but that's something that will keep the players fairly cool, although it is up into the 80s now. There's Turner with the clearance.
Great first touch by Shiloh Price.
Yeah, and then just couldn't find Malum, could she?
No.
But here is Malum, though, in possession. Don't want to give the ball away to her in a hurry. Here's Price. Price now chipping towards goal. Easy save for Nala Turner. Her second save of the half. Made a good save just a few moments ago from Maddie Guthrie. Never easy for keepers to come on at half time, but she was right on it. Here's Sappo. Crossing the halfway line. Down to Messiah Bright. That'll come through to Alexis Bath.
It's a promising ball from South Stars going forward, but you just see the Fortuna defenders double teaming Bright and not giving her really any options to go anywhere. Cora Dunnock finding lots of space on this left side so far in the second half.
She is to Tokarczyk here. Tokarczyk into Blankenship. Blankenship to Guthrie. Guthrie will bring in Smitherman. Smitherman now. Ball into the box. Malum just can't get control of that one. Away it comes, but only as far as Shallow. Price is wide on the right-hand side. Here she is now, going into the box. Needs to pull it back, does pull it back. Where's it going to fall? Here's Malum. Still Fortuna pressing for this second goal. Gray for company. Malum twisting and turning, chipping towards goal. Good save from the goalkeeper under pressure from Blankenship, and that's going to be a corner. And that's outstanding play from Fortuna and outstanding goalkeeping from Nala Turner.
It was. Taylor Malum doing an incredible job being your defender, pulling back inside. Just a great shot off. Had another Fortuna player standing there to tap it in, and then Nala just comes up and gets in front and makes it sacrifices her body there and creates an incredible save. Saving the South Stars. Fortuna's going to have a quarter kick out of it, though, for their efforts.
Well, Tony Worley was impressive in the goal in the first half for South Star, and Nala Turner's been equally impressive in the second.
She definitely has.
Here's the corner. Who's on the end of that one? It's Michelle Slater, Bright back there helping out. Now here's Smitherman. This is going to fall nicely for Tokarczyk. Tokarczyk steps inside here. She's inside the box. She hits one with the right foot. She scores! And Maddie Tokarczyk with her right foot has doubled the lead here for Fortuna Tulsa. She had 3 bites at the cherry, and in the end it's a right-footed shot. And the girl from Bishop Kelly, the local girl, scores the second goal for Fortuna Tulsa. It's Fortuna Tulsa 2, South Star 0.
Well, it's a great individual effort. She gets a touch here. She strikes and isn't able to get through, and then she just keeps going, super persistent, gets an excellent strike, puts it that top right corner where the goalkeeper, despite the amazing effort she's had to save the last 2 Fortuna attempts, isn't able to get that one.
Some daylight now between the teams, but South Star will come and build again with Sappo. Long way to go in this one. 58 minutes gone. Tokarczyk gets the second, which is what we said that certainly Fortuna would have wanted at half-time. Here's Bright. She's very, very strong, but she's just got a little bit too physical there on Smitherman. And it will be a free kick to be taken by Alexis Bath. There's going to be a substitution here for the Texas side. Off comes Riley Mattingly, and on will come Vanessa Ortiz. Ortiz did play some minutes in the first half. Well, that was sheer persistence from Tokarczyk, wasn't it? I mean, if the ball was lucky that it got to her, she certainly made her own shot on goal.
Yeah, and that's something that you have to do. You can't stop. You just got to keep going. There's so many players that'll stop there. They don't get the piece of it. They don't get the shot that they want initially. But Maddie Tokarczyk did a great job of just keep going. She just pushed her way through and just kind of willed that goal.
Romero. Ashton Gordon steps in. And it'll be a throw in to Lauren Allred. Here's Ortiz. Dunnock again, the Liberty University girl, steps in. Blankenship, the TU girl, she has the ball here. Smitherman up to Guthrie. Guthrie loses control to the other number 3, that's Sappo. Sappo looking ahead of her, but good play, good defensive play from Fortuna, shutting down the space and the opportunities and the options for the South Star player on the ball. Guthrie back to Smitherman. Smitherman goes long, looking for Malum. Romero here will play a good ball to Allred. Allred will go past Tokarczyk. Ortiz. Nothing doing for Bright again. Gray to Romero. Intriguing game this. South Star continuing to play in the way that they played right from minute 1, which is to have plenty of possession of the ball. Messiah Bright, scorer of those 4 goals against Texas Spurs, gives me in the 6-0 win just a few days ago. Ashton Gordon clears under pressure. Shiloh Price down the right-hand side looking for Malum. Malum's got a lot of work to do to get on the end of that one. Romero, who we've been impressed with, wins it back for South Star. And Sapper will go back to the keeper, who's given it away here to Malum. Could this be 3? Taylor Malum squares it beautifully to Blankenship. Good save from the keeper, and she got herself out of trouble big time.
I feel like that's a situation where Taylor Malum needs to be a little selfish. She just needs to take that first touch, take that gift that the goalkeeper gave her, and then just finish it.
Yeah, Taylor Malum there, just driven slightly wide. You could see what she was doing, but I tend to agree with you. Here's Messiah Bright holding things up. Back to Sappo. Sappo down the left-hand side. Good threaded ball into the path of Alkek. Alkek now inside the box, goes down. Was there a trip? No. Waved off by the referee in dramatic style. Penalty for you?
I don't think so. I don't think it was blatant enough. I think they're both going for the ball. They're both going hard there. I don't think there was anything there for me.
I don't believe it. We've just agreed on something. Here's Ashton Gordon now to Cora Dunnock. If you're wondering why I made that comment, there was a penalty shout for Fortuna Tulsa, which Brittany said yes, I said no.
We respectfully disagree with each other.
We did. Fortuna Tulsa, if you've got an opinion on that, or you've got something you want to share with us, please do. At Fortuna Tulsa, we'll see if we can trawl through the tweets and get you up on the screen. Tulsa 2, TSS 0. Allred up to Ortiz. In steps Ashton Gordon here. And lays the ball to Shiloh Price. Price over the top. What a ball that is to Blankenship. Could this be 3? Blankenship's offside. She does score, but the referee, in fact, it wasn't offside. I think he's given a handball.
I think whenever she received it, I think it just kind of bounced up and hit off her hand. But great ball. We just see so many good balls between Shiloh Price and Rachel Blankenship back and forth over there.
Blankenship and Malum, as well as others, have just got bundles of energy, haven't they? They just make these runs.
They just have those engines that we talked about it the other day. That they're just those players that can just run and run and run and run and just seem to never get tired. I wish I was one of those players. I was not, unfortunately.
Here is Blankenship, one of the aforementioned, into the path of Malum, but across comes.
Just a little too long for her.
Yeah, Marissa Gray, who's had a good game for me back there.
She really has. She's worked so hard back there for the Texas Southside side today, and she's had, not only has she done very well defensively in her positioning and all of that, she's done a great job of going forward and been one of the bright sides as far as like connecting passes coming out of the back for them.
And the 2 players we highlighted there, Blankenship and Malum, are getting a well-earned rest here.
And Shiloh Price.
And Shiloh Price is joining them in the trio there. On comes Carreno, Schwartz and Caranta. So just what you don't want to see if you're a South Star defender, these 3 coming on.
Nope. You get those 3 off and you're like, all right, maybe. And you're like, you see those coming on and you're like, well, still going to be hard work.
Here they come. So 2-0 the score. Still 26 minutes left in this one. Here's Tokarczyk chipping towards goal, could drop in. Oh, keeper makes a great save as Tokarczyk went for a second, and then Caranta across the line and cleared away. So a couple of things to talk about there. We'll get a replay on that.
Yeah, Maddie Tokarczyk with a great look on goal again. The goalkeeper just getting a glove to it.
Back live, and the ball goes out.
There
it is. There's the save. That's good save.
That's a great save. I mean, to me that looks like it's going in that top corner, and then great job to try to save it there by Nikki to get it across, and Fortuna with another corner kick here.
Yeah, just needed a finishing touch for anybody on the
nobody
line.
was. Yeah, I don't think anybody expected it to get all the way across.
A third for Fortuna would be very sweet from this corner.
It would be.
And there is a header from Schwartz just wide. And if you're a South Star fan looking in, you desperately want to get a goal soon to make this a real grandstand finish.
Yeah, you're looking to press that 2-1 situation. That definitely changes the dynamic of the game considerably. If you're Fortuna, you're looking to get that third goal to kind of put this game away.
2-0 it is. It's always a dangerous score in a game of soccer, but back come Fortuna Tulsa, not exactly hanging on at 2-0, are they? Far from it. So here's Allred. And now Sappo, who's gone back to that centre-back role as they shuffle the pack. Still they come forward bright, but in steps Smitherman. In the Women's World Cup today, it finished the Netherlands 3, Cameroon 1. And later on, Canada play New Zealand.
Should be a good match. Netherlands punching their ticket to the next round.
Yes, indeed. Well done, because I was just looking that up, and Canada would punch their ticket too if they can beat New Zealand. Here's Allred, all holding up to be a great World Cup. Well, it already is already, isn't it? But
oh yeah, absolutely. It's been so many good games and controversial calls and everything you want from a World Cup.
Now there's a ball that's been overhit there by Ellis Miller.
Yeah.
But just a word, on the officiating, I think the World Cup has been very well officiated, and you see these officials getting more and more professional every single time you see a top competition, and you say well done to them, because we say again, it's a very, very difficult job.
It's very difficult, and I think that one thing that people don't realize is that you're like on the pitch, you're ground level, and you can only see what you can see. You only have certain advantage points. They don't have the benefit of in that moment being able to see all the different camera angles and slow-mos and things like that we do, and for them to call the game so accurately just in the run of live play is incredible. Not to mention they have to be so incredibly fit. They're running the whole 90 minutes, end to end. So that's one thing I think that gets overlooked as well.
Really is. Here's Guthrie coming forward. Caranta on that right-hand side feeds Carreno. Carreno tries to go first time. They're cut out by Sappo. Sappo under pressure just threads the ball back into Romero. And Turner's almost giving it away again there, but gets away with it. Gray has moved up from centre-back into the central midfield now. Roman Langer chips the ball forward looking for Carreno, cut out well. Here comes Alice Miller now for the girls in all white from Texas. South Star. They've only lost once this season. Whereas Bright is doing her best up front there to work things out. Here's Ashton Gordon. Romero took a ball to the body there. She's okay, I think.
Yeah, just doesn't feel pleasant. Taking one of those hard shots to the stomach.
Roman Langer's going to come off. I think Gracie Hare is over there, and Rachel Hummingbird, who had a rest in the second half, comes back to her centre back berth. Here's Cora Dunnett coming off, and Maddie Tokarczyk scored the second goal. Whenever we mention Gracie Hare, we always go back to...
Oh, yeah, you have to. Just it's such a monumental thing in Fortuna history. They hadn't gotten a goal yet so far in the season, and to score the kind of goal that she did from just, getting that great prep touch and just cracking it home, and her celebration and everyone's celebration, it was just awesome.
Here's Sierra Schwartz from the Gracie Hare throw. Low ball into the box, cut out well by Sappo. Sappo now will clear up here to Bright. Bright has got plenty of room as she came short for that one. That ball is slightly overhit. Hare goes back here. She'll go back to Gordon. Gordon up to the other Gordon. That's Kelsey to Ashton. And here's Sierra Schwartz.
Well done by Schwartz to get a little touch there.
And here's Lechloder.
Clever ball back across. It might be a little too much, yes.
Too much for Sierra Schwartz, but good attacking play again. Another substitution.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good play by Fortuna here, and you see that they keep that level even though they've made so many substitutions and personnel changes and people shifting across the pitch. You can just see that their level just stays consistently high. They're still continuing to create great opportunities and chances, defensively playing really solid as well.
And another like-for-like swap there. Addie Guthrie goes off, and on comes Reagan Whitlow. Here's Sapo. Looks up, she kind of holds her hands out and says, come on, where are my teammates making the runs? Still they come forward to South Star, looking to get on the board here. It's trailing by 2-0. Here's Gray, chips towards goal. That's not too far over.
That's a good effort by Gray, and they obviously moved her further up to help her get a little bit more in the run of play, and that's obviously the right thing there. She gets a good bit of skill separation from her defender. It's a good strike, just goes a little bit high.
And now another substitution. This time Romero is coming off. They're pushing Lauren Alred further forward. A couple of substitutions then, as the pack has been shuffled. Coming onto this near side is Ellis Miller.
Good bit of play by Sarah Schwartz and Nikki Cantera.
Now here's Schwartz bearing down on goal. Could it be a third? She runs into Gray there, and Gray is too strong and comes away with the ball. Gray again on the left-hand side now. Long ball looking for Bright. I think she mishit that, but Bright's got the ball, kept it in here. Allred's in the box, the only white-shirted player in there, and away from Ashton Gordon. Bright works so hard, doesn't she, up there?
She does. She's been making runs all day, super strong on the ball. She's been battling really hard. Just Fortuna's done a really good, that's a great strike by her. Good turn. I mean, she's incredible on the ball. Fortuna's done a very good job. I think we've seen a bunch of times her double teamed, and Fortuna putting a lot of pressure on her. It's making her difficult to create a lot of chances and opportunities.
Peyton Lee will come in for Ashton Gordon. Gordon, who's done well in that holding midfield role.
She has. She stepped in at the right time a lot, done a good job of keeping possession in the middle of the park for Fortuna.
So Alexis back with the goal kick, the University of Arkansas girl, up to Schwartz. Schwartz will bring in Whitlow. Whitlow now wide to Caranta. Caranta now, what can she do? Can't get past Sapo, who's had a pretty good game back there wherever she's played.
She has. Yeah, she's somebody who's moved around for South Stars and done great wherever she's been. Good bit of skill by Reagan Whitlow, trying to create a little space for herself.
Right, just keeps that one in on the left-hand side. Ortiz now forward, onside is Mattingly. Bright. That one rather hit Ellis Miller and goes forward to Alex Bach. And Miller says, I want to go in on the keeper there and play that little game.
It's always frustrating whenever you're the striker and goalkeepers do that. I mean, I understand why goalkeepers do. It gives your team a rest and everyone kind of gets to reset and all of that. But as a striker, that can be frustrating, especially if you're down.
Marissa Gray again. How many times have we said steps in and wins the ball?
Yeah, she's been brilliant for South Stars today.
That's
Great little ball forward.
Here's Schwartz. I think Caranta just had to stay on side there, didn't she? But
she did, yeah. She was trying to hold that line.
16 minutes to go in this one. 2-0. Tulsa, who did win by the same score 48 hours ago. Also against FC Dallas. Here's Bright though. Dangerous Bright inside the box. Smitherman gets her toe in and cleared away in the end by Kelsey Gordon, the University of Central Oklahoma girl. Here's Lecklider wearing 4. Gives it away to Gray again. Ball bobbling around a little bit here. Here's Miller. Stolen by Whitlow.
Well done by Reagan Whitlow, being strong in the middle.
Whitlow, the TU girl, up to Schwartz. Schwartz now. Can she bring in to Caranta? She can. Onside. And here's Caranta for 3. Hits a shot towards goal. What a save from the goalkeeper.
Again, she's been brilliant in this second half, coming in for Texas South Stars. We see great defensive work by Reagan Whitlow. Plays a ball forward. Sarah Schwartz finally gets a good turn on Gray, who's been phenomenal defensively for South Stars. Great ball through to Nikki Carantera, and she gets a great hit on it. Great strike, but South Stars goalkeeper coming up huge again.
Really good save, one for the cameras, that one. It was a beautiful save from Nala Turner, who's done extremely well.
Made some very athletic saves, just quick reactions.
Really good save. Corner to Fortuna Tulsa, who would dearly love a third. 15 minutes left in this one.
You feel like Fortuna's got another one in for sure.
Here's the ball in from Carreno, headed away by Bright. Back there defending, and Smitherman with a shot that's way over the top. Finishes up in the Bush Terrace. Osage Casino Hotel, your casino to have fun and play after the game. Here's Zappo, still working hard for South Star. Crosses halfway, looks for Bright. Cross goes. Kelsey Gordon clears the danger. Throw in to the team all in white. Here's Bright, twisting and turning as she does, tries to get a shot. Gordon stuck with her well. Here's Ortiz, looking to bring in all red. In steps Gracie Hare, gets the ball up to Sierra Schwartz. Schwartz has been dispossessed again by Marissa Gray.
Yeah, she's such a solid defender. So strong, it's hard to get past her.
Mattingly now. Shares a 1-2 with Bright. Here's Mattingly, side of the box. Chips a ball left-footed into the box. There's Hare to get her left foot on it away. Ortiz keeps things going though as she plays it out to Mattingly. Mattingly now up against Smitherman. Still with the ball, Mattingly. Inside here to Ortiz. Ortiz now trying to beat Lieb. Lieb does well to win that one and then gets pulled down by Ortiz.
Yeah, great work defensively by Lieb. She does a good job sliding in, comes up with the ball.
Another substitution for South Star. We're going to see Grace Norbury come into the action for Ortiz, who just committed that foul. So 12 minutes to go really here at One Oak, plus the injury time. We're going to be having a free kick from Rachel Hummingbird, originally from Rockwall, Texas. Attended TU, second season with Fortuna Tulsa. Very experienced defender.
Yep, plays with a lot of confidence back there. Does a good job directing that back line when she's in leading things.
Smitherman right on halfway here with the throw in up the right hand side. Loops it up towards Caranta, but here's Schwartz on the ball now. Sierra Schwartz, what can she do with it? Marissa Gray for company, of course. Here's Caranta, gets the ball to Whitlow. Whitlow out wide here to Lecklider. Lecklider now could go onto right foot, could curl a shot towards goal, does. Just scooped it over the bar just a yard or so, but good effort from her.
Yeah, good movement around the ball by Fortuna, coming out to Whitlow, playing it out wide, spreading the ball around, trying to spread out that South Stars team a little bit.
The impressive Nala Turner takes the goal kick here to Sappo. Sappo will have to go back to Turner. And then commentators curse Turner there. She tapped herself on
can't believe you would do that to her, Dave.
I know, she played it out, and it's going to be a throw to Lauren Smitherman on that right hand side. Plenty of Fortuna players getting a good rest now. Here's Lecklider inside the box. Out comes Turner. Her first touch just let her down a little bit there.
Yeah, so it's difficult to take the ball down on the run like that, but just a little bit too heavy of a touch. Reagan Whitlow looking for some help. Sneaks past through. Gracie Hare with some space on the left side.
Can she fire another one with her right foot? Here she is onto her right foot. She does, but she just sliced that one wide.
Yeah, just kind of hit a little bit of the outside of the ball.
Two more substitutions. Ali Guthrie will come back in for Sierra Schwartz, and Amanda Carreno will come off as well, and on will come Rachel Blankenship. Rachel Blankenship from Tulsa, 23-year-old, scored a really good goal to get Fortuna Tulsa back on level terms in the first game here at One Oak of the season against Oklahoma City FC, which they eventually won by 3-2 with a late dramatic winner from Parker Goins' sister Taylor Mallam. That's a good ball to Allred now. Can she clip a ball into the box here? Steadies herself. Now towards goal. That's going to be a corner. Comes off Gordon. Allred's done a pretty solid job, the SMU girl, wearing 10 for South Star.
She has. She's done a good job of helping possess the ball. She's had a lot of really good movement off the ball. She's done a lot of good stuff for South Stars this afternoon.
So a corner for Riley Mattingly. This will be an in-swinging left footer. A goal for South Star now would really give us a dramatic last 9 minutes, but she sliced that one. Slater will pick the ball up though for South Star. Back to Sapo here. Urgency now from the Texas team.
Yeah, they need a goal here.
Here's Bright trying to do exactly that. Smitherman has fouled Bright.
Just catches her a little bit there, pulls her feet out.
So real chance to get players. They've got to throw players forward a little bit now.
Oh yeah, they've got to get numbers in. They're looking at 9 minutes left to play in this match. They've got to get one back.
And nobody up the field at all in a blue shirt for Fortuna Tulsa. So this will be Riley Mattingly again, this time with her right foot. In it comes. Good one into the box. There's Hummingbird to head it away. Ball on the edge of the area, away by Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie just kind of relieving the pressure there, allowing her team to get out and press up the field.
Yeah, clock ticks down now. Just 8 minutes left here. Oh, look, a foul throw, but on we go. Here's Sapo. Guthrie goes to ground. Play on, says the referee. Here's Gracie Hare, right on halfway. Good piece of skill to try and get round Allred. Allred sticks with her, but Hare there, another piece of skill. Now she's a yard or so ahead, and then Allred makes a dramatic dive in there.
Yeah, Allred's been working extremely hard for Texas South Stars and does a good job, sacrifices her body with that slide.
Great header on from Bright there, but Smitherman read that very well, back to back, who clears right-footed, and that will go out. And it'll be a throw into Sapo for South Star. 7 minutes to go in this one. Thanks for your company here on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Dave Saunders and Brittany Scraper bringing you the commentary today. Here's a good turn from Riley Mattingly. And in steps Smitherman, who's a pretty solid defender as well.
She's had a great game. She's got a lot of minutes in today's match so far, and she's done very, very well.
Here's Bright, who will not stop working. Here she is on the right foot. Tries a shot. Back goes down, makes a save. Could easily have gone through her hands, and Allred will say, come on, we've got to get on with this now as a corner. But Bright with another great strike.
Yeah, she's so good at turning. She's really strong on the ball. I think South Stars are doing a much better job getting the ball to her feet.
So here's Allred's corner. Right under the nose of Back, who says, well, I'll take that one out of the afternoon sky.
She's just going to kind of take her time a little bit, let her team get out.
Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, the results you want and the care you deserve. 2-0. Lieb heads the ball on here to Guthrie. Guthrie over the top here, looking for Lechleider. Lechleider now. Good turn from her. Clips the ball into the box and nearly fell to Lieb. It does fall to Carantu, who will try one, but that's over the top from Nikki. And it remains 2-0 with just over 5 minutes to go. And 3 more substitutes for Fortuna Tulsa, but first of all the South Star one. Ortiz will come back into the fray, and off will go Ellis Miller. Susan Quill, last throw of the dice now, the coach for South Star. I'm going to see Roman Langer come back on for Smitherman. going to see Maddie Tokarczyk, I think, come on as well for Whitlow, and Lechlight is coming off as well. And Ashton Gordon comes back on wearing 26. So two of the younger Fortuna Tulsa players coming onto the field for this last 5 minutes. Tokarczyk, of course, scorer of the second goal. Nala Turner with the goal kick up towards halfway. Gracie Hare hooks the ball away with her right foot. Now here's Lieb. Good turn from Baton Lieb. Guthrie brings in Tokarczyk. Tokarczyk feeds a good ball forward. Just wanted a 1-2 there. Here's Lieb again. Lieb skips round one. She's got Tokarczyk wide. She goes instead going through to Taylor Mallam. But good goalkeeping again. Still Fortuna really knocking on the door for the third.
Yeah, they really are. They're wanting that third goal. I can't blame them. Try to put this goal away.
Here's Caranta now down the right-hand side looking for Mallam. Marissa Gray steps in. It really has been a great performance from them, because if you go back to the kickoff, it was all South Star with possession, and they just sat in there and they had to soak it up, and then they got their goal and they go in at half time. I mean, and they've really been a grinding performance, grinding the opposition down in the second half.
They really have. I mean, I think we've seen some great performances by a lot of South Star players.
Oh, there's a ball into the box,
brilliant.
and there's a third. Onside in is Addie Guthrie with the stooping header, and that really is game, set and match with 4 minutes to go. Addie Guthrie with the third. It's Fortuna Tulsa 3, South Star 0.
That's the third goal that they've been looking for and pressing. It's a great ball if we can get the replay over the top. I think South Stars just didn't see that coming. She comes across, just puts it right over, and then Addie Guthrie is just ready and does a great job of getting low and just heading that back across over.
I have to say, I was expecting the offside flag to go up. Such was her run. It must have been a beautifully timed run.
It must have been. I mean, the ball kind of came from further away, so when that ball's hit, she might have just held her run just enough. We see a little bit of it. It looks like, maybe one of those South Stars defenders there in the middle just holding her on sides.
Well, such is the success of this team. You score a goal and then you're substituted. So off goes Addie Guthrie.
You can go celebrate with everybody on the bench.
Big smiles from all the coaching staff. They high-five Guthrie.
That's a wonderful finish.
And it's good to see a holding midfield player get up there in the box, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you want for Fortuna. And Dave, that's what we were kind of talking about, how Fortuna just was kind of sitting. They were sitting deeper. South Stars were getting a lot of that play in the first part of this game. But Fortuna doing a much better job pressing, getting those numbers high. Whenever you see those holding midfielders in the box that high, that's what you want from Fortuna, getting numbers in, pressing, being more dangerous.
Shows the versatility of the team, doesn't it?
It does. It's a very versatile team. A lot of great movement. They're very disciplined as far as they hold their shape. It allows those players to release. So we see this the left defensive players, the wingers out here, Cora Dunnick and Gracie Hare getting super high up the pitch. I mean, that's what you want to see.
Lovely layoff from Bright here to Allred. Allred driving towards goal, and in steps Gordon, Kelsey Gordon there, outstretched leg, but Allred there showing what she can do. Corner now, urgency from the number 19 coming across to take it. It's Emma Heckendorn. This will be an in-swinger with the left foot. They need a goal now if they're going to get anything out of this game to South Star. Trailing by 3-0. Can they get on the board here? Towards the near post. That's into the side netting. That's not what you want when you're 3-0 down. And there'll be Amanda Carreno being introduced. And I'm trying to see who it will be coming off. It'll be Rachel Hummingbird getting a nice rest. I saw Rachel arrive at the ground today. She had pulling a little cart with her 2 little children in there. And she's done extremely well, and the kids will be very proud of Mum today.
Oh, absolutely.
Carreno will come in. Langer and Ashton Gordon will play at centre-back now, again showing the versatility of all these players, playing in different positions.
Yeah, they can play pretty much anywhere and be extremely successful. That's the kind of well-rounded players they are.
That's a great ball through to Tokarczyk now. Tokarczyk bearing down on goal. Could this be 4? Maddie Tokarczyk. Oh, she's hit the bar. Did everything right. Just got underneath it slightly. But that is a great through ball and a great strike from Maddie.
It was. Beautiful through ball by Taylor Mallam. Just times it perfectly. A wonderful run by Maddie Tokarczyk, who does a great job of coming back defensively to win the ball. Amanda Carreno getting forward. Here's Taylor Mallam on the ball again.
Yeah, Mallam. Tokarczyk did really well there.
she did.
Here's Schwartz. Can she fashion out another opportunity, or will she go to Carreno here? She will to Carreno. Carreno does well, shoots wide. And in fact, it's so wide it might even go for hit the post and stay in here. No, it's going to go for a goal kick. But Fortuna really showing their conditioning as well, because they're really going here. 90 minutes are up.
They are. They're able to keep pressing. They're pushing those numbers forward. They're making great runs. I mean, a wonderful run by Maddie Tokarczyk. But I think you see that from Yolanda Thomas. She's been able to make so many substitutions. She has that option that she can make those subs and get those players rest so they can come off, get recuperated, get a little bit of water, get back out there so they can put their best on the field.
Here's Malum. Taylor Malum goes past the defender like she wasn't there. Cut back, Lieb for 4. And that is so easy. And Taylor Malum with the second assist of the day just pulls it back. And if you're Peyton Lieb, that is an easy goal because of the assist. And it's Fortuna Tulsa 4, South Star 0.
Yeah, Taylor Malum doing all that work there, taking it all the way to the byline, doing a great job, good a bit of skill, change of speed, change of pace, getting away from a defender, creating enough space, and just puts it right back. Peyton Lee doing a good job of kind of popping her run back, though, a little bit, making it a little bit hard defensively to mark her there, to finish that back in, to make it 4-0 Fortuna.
Well, they worked hard, and the score line, really, you'd have to say, is the right one because of the prowess of the Fortuna side in the second half.
Yeah, they've definitely come out and played extremely well.
Bright, nobody has worked harder than Bright in South Star. It's going to be a free kick against Bright. She just clipped in the back there. She's worked really hard for the cause. You might be looking to go and see Fortuna down on Wednesday night. It's a 6:45 kickoff at the Mid-American Christian University. Oklahoma City FC against Fortuna Tulsa on Wednesday night. We don't have the responsibility of providing the pictures for you, but I'm sure there will be pictures from that game. Here is Carreno trying to get a fifth, but she's just stabbed that one forward, and Sapo will go back. And the referee says enough is enough. And it finishes Fortuna Tulsa 4, South Star 0.
I'm not sure that's the scoreline we would have thought going into the game, knowing that both teams are going to be so competitive. But Fortuna Tulsa doing an incredible job, especially in that second half, of pressing, getting numbers forward, working really hard off the ball, and really finding those final passes, those precision passes, those precision crosses, and great finishes.
I mean, it was 1-0 at half-time, and really you'd have to say, I said in commentary, it was kind of 60-40 if you were doing stats around about. We're guessing that, by the way. We have no official on that. But, you know, in terms of South Star's possession, 60-40, and then the other, it's totally tipped the balance the other way, 60-40 in favour of Tulsa second half.
Yeah, I think Texas South Stars did an incredible job of possessing. They were doing a good job early on of moving off the ball, creating space for themselves. They were just struggling to kind of find that final pass. But I think as the game wore on, they kind of wore down a little bit, and maybe they got a bit tired. Fortuna, with all those substitutions and players moving around, stayed incredibly fresh and was able just to push and work hard all game. As you see the Fortuna players waving to the fans over here.
Lots of smiles, and so there should be. I mean, this Peyton Lieb, scorer of the fourth goal there. She's so happy to get on the board, and she deserves it. No bigger smile than Peyton's there. But just every single one of those girls. I mean, Paige Hobart, the subject goalie, I think was the only person that didn't get on today. And they'll go back and they'll see Yolanda Thomas. Are we going to see the dance? That's the next question we want to get right here on our broadcast. So
huddle it up.
Keep an eye on it. There she is, high-fiving Maddie Tokarczyk, who hit the bar. She scored the second goal. And it's all smiles, and let's see Yolanda there in there. She's got to dance, surely. 4-0.
Oh, there it is. There's a little bit of dancing going on.
She has to dance. That's become a tradition. And but they go 5-0-0. And
yeah, what a great start to the season for them. I mean, they're playing against such competitive teams. They start the season from coming down, beating in-state rivals, Oklahoma City, in dramatic fashion, and then playing all these Texas teams who are just such good teams. I mean, FC Dallas and then South Stars, such good players. I mean, you just see it really from the whole team, everybody doing their role, working hard, staying true to the coach's mission there. As far as you can just see how dedicated they are and how disciplined they are as far as keeping their shape, keeping their position, working as a unit, working as a team. And I think that's why they're 5-0 so far on the season.
5-0. You're absolutely right. And, they've really broken down this South Star team who came out when the whistle went. You thought, wow, this is going to be a very, very close game, but a great second half performance, a great first half performance as well, I might add. But they just seemed to break the opposition down, and in the end it became a long game for South Star in the end, didn't it?
It was. We talked about it. I mean, I've said it so many times. Fortuna was able just to get so many more numbers forward, and their movement off the ball was great. And Fortuna just does such a wonderful job of finding those through balls through the channel, balls over the top that have great precision. That's more to the advantage of their team than the defenders, and I think that's one thing that we saw that gave Fortuna the edge in this game is those passes just had more precision and were the balls that they needed to be, as where South Stars kind of struggled finding those passes and finding those balls. Fortuna doing a great job making runs, cutting in front of their defenders in the box, finishing their chances. South Stars, not able to find those runs in front of defenders, and Fortuna defenders be able to clear it out before they could really get anything going. But impressive performance by Fortuna Tulsa today.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll take a short break now, and we'll come back with the highlights of the game after this short break. Welcome back in here to downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field, where we've seen a fantastic performance. It reads Fortuna Tulsa 4, South Star 0. Courtesy of Lululemon, we are going to have some yoga on the field. Brittany and I think, are going to stay up here for that. I'm not sure my body will be able to do it.
I didn't wear my yoga pants today, Dave.
But we have seen a fantastic game of soccer, and while we're getting those highlights together, I mean, 1-0. Let's just go back to that first half. We talked about it. Possession probably in favour of South Star as they're getting the yoga ready in the corner there. But, they really broke it down, and really, Taylor Mallon with that assist, she waited, and Charlotte Price broke the deadlock in the first half.
Yeah, that was a big goal for Fortuna there. I mean, the game was just back and forth. I mean, you saw both teams doing a great job defensively. South Stars working very hard in the middle to press Fortuna, being very physical, kind of throwing Fortuna off their game. They weren't able to get a lot going. Fortuna finally started to get a couple passes together, and really shortly after that, we found that goal. I think once that goal came for Fortuna, you saw a lot more confidence. So we see the goal here. Wonderful job by Taylor Mallon. She just cuts it right back across to Shiloh Price, who played Taylor Mallon in to kind of get that created.
Yeah, great goal, and Charlotte Price, handed to her on a plate, wasn't it? And then, they needed a goal. There was a penalty shout, which you and I will disagree on, but wasn't given. So they go in at 1-0. Again, Yolanda Thomas, whatever she said to them, they came out. They were able to really put the pressure on. And Maddie Tokarczyk, it was, the youngster, she got the second goal. There she is, just lying down, and I'm sure she's very tired. She's had a great game. And she finished... she had to work hard to get the opportunity. But
yeah,
in the end,
she did. The ball just kind of comes up. She gets a good touch on it, keeps with it. The defenders press her. She just keeps going. She does a great job, and then she gets a great strike in that corner. The goalkeeper for Texas South Stars had been brilliant and made some incredible saves up until this point, but there's nothing she can really do about that because Maddie Tokarczyk just hits it so clean. Buries it. She was extremely excited coming over here, giving lots of her family and friends over here hugs after the game.
Yeah, it's just sheer persistence, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then
she just
great
keeps
finish.
going.
Great finish, and she's predominantly left-footed, so that's a great strike with her right foot. There are the girls getting ready for yoga. I'm sure they will enjoy that because it is quite a relaxing thing. So I'm led to believe. I've never done it myself.
You need to try it out, Dave.
Yeah, I should do,
It's good
shouldn't
for
I?
you. It's for everyone.
There you go. And they're going to be warmed down, but again, 2-0. Here's the third, and Addie Guthrie holding midfield. Look at the run she makes here, Brittany.
Yeah, she does such a good job, and I think that's Taylor Malum, I think, with the assist. She just does such a good job of, again, that patience. You see her get her head up. She's just waiting, gets a precision ball right over exactly where it's going to be best for her player to get, right around all those defenders. And then we see Taylor Malum yet again. We've said her name so many times today because she's such a brilliant player, coming across, beating that player. Peyton Lieb does a good job of kind of checking her run back a little bit, which a lot of players don't do. They just kind of keep going straight, but she does a brilliant job of coming back. Ball, nice finish by her.
Yeah, lovely run from Lieb, and then, as you said, checks her run, and still had a little bit of work to do there because she was under pressure, and that brought us to 4-0, and that was the final score. We're getting ready for some yoga from courtesy of Lululemon. And down there, the girls are getting ready. It'll be a good warm down for them. And now, Brittany, there's no rest, is there? Because on Wednesday, they've got this rescheduled game. Of course, the first game was postponed because of the weather. And that will be a real test for them. That was a very close game, the 3-2 win. Now we'll really see what they're made of because they're 5-0 Wednesday. That's not going to be easy going down to Oklahoma City and getting results.
They're definitely going to have a target on their back because Oklahoma City is going to want revenge. They're going to want that. I mean, they kind of thought they had the game in the bag. Fortuna Tulsa kind of comes and steals the game away at the very end of it. It's the in-state rivalry, obviously. Both teams, they battled last year. They battled this year. And then Fortuna Tulsa with a lot of games playing on Thursday, playing today, and then turning right back around playing on Wednesday again. And it's never easy to travel. It's not that far away, but anytime you're playing on the road and you're traveling, it's not super easy. So I think it's going to be a really good challenge for Fortuna. Obviously, they're riding a high. They're coming off these 5 wins. They're really gaining a lot of confidence. I mean, being able to put 4 goals away in this game is very positive for them, and so many different goal scorers and people involved in the goals is huge from Thursday night to tonight. So I think it'll be interesting, but man, Oklahoma City is going to be ready for them.
They certainly will be. They're an impressive team with the likes of J.C. Jones and Yasmin Ryan. They'll be waiting for them. 6:45 kickoff, that one is. 6:45 p.m. on Wednesday. Fortuna Tulsa's next game. 2 weeks from today, they'll be back here at One Oak against Texas Spurs. So I want to thank Michael Blazik, the producer of our program today. Our cameramen have done such a fantastic job. Brittany, I want to thank you. I hope you'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, I will be here.
It's fun to watch. We thank you as well for your company here. We've enjoyed bringing you another Fortuna Tulsa win. The final score for the final time is Fortuna Tulsa 4, South Star 0.